Hey guys, what's up? My name is Seykia, and you're tuned in.
Listen, hey, motherfucker microphone ripper. I with the mic be the ultimate killer. Ike with the mic, eat you pussies like candy. Flows be so tight, wrap around you like Band-Aids. Say, reppin' for that street number 32.
So, welcome back to this episode of Pink World, guys. It is episode 37.
What the fuck?
Right? Like, time is moving fast. That's fucking crazy. But, yeah, so we have a very special guest with us today. The very talented photographer. I'm gonna fuck up the name. You say it. Right?
Seykia?
Seykia.
Yes!
Y'all got it.
Seykia,
Okay, perfect. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
After trials and tribulations, trying to get here. Nor would be a truth. So I appreciate everybody making it out. But so, who are you? What do you do?
Ooh, geez.
Loaded question, right?
Oh God.
So my name is Seykia Constant Patton. Not too much on the last name. Not too much. What am I before everything? I'm a creative. I am Sonya Milo's manager. I am a photographer and a painter and I guess an author now or something like that.
So yeah, let's just show the camera.
I have this book, Black Joy Volume 2022. I just recently had a gallery called Here's Your Flowers.
I want to like put it up or something.
No.
Just
we
could prop it. Prop it.
Should we put? Yeah, put it up there.
Yeah, you'll be able to see the title, I think, from the top.
Put it in front of that. Yes,
Boy
sir.
facts.
So let's talk a little bit, okay? So Black Joy Volume 2022. What was the inspiration behind it? What was the process like making it? And what was your kind of like goal with this piece?
Okay, so Sonya actually gave me the like idea of like we were talking about like yearbooks and like things like that, and like I graduated during COVID, so like our yearbook was pretty ass, not gonna lie. But even so, like I've never felt so like affiliated with a community. I mean, that's let me just say the group picture at Keys Terrible Twos, it's literally called Community. That's what I named it.
That's fire.
But community. I never felt so like connected, and so I was like, yo, like a yearbook, let me sit on that. And then Gunnar Stahl, I don't know if y'all know who that is. Yeah, Gunnar Stahl is an amazing photographer. He like one of his most famous pictures is, I think it's 21's album cover, one of 21's album covers. I don't remember the name of the album.
Okay, it'll come to me.
We'll
I can
remember.
picture it in my head.
Yeah. But yeah, like pop up if you remember. Pop up if you remember. But yeah, so he honestly his book. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not really good at names at things. Fun fact. But he had one of his first photo books had dropped. I think it's actually just called Portraits, like Gunnar Stahl's Portraits or something like that. Had inspired me. So in my book, you can kind of see like towards the end, I have some like disposable pictures that I added in there, and the way that I place them in the book are pretty similar. One thing I did not do is like add like credits of who's exactly in every single picture. The community is very big.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say there's a lot of people in this book that I don't even know, or don't remember.
If you
the
like
names of.
that, just take a picture.
Yeah, like it's just like literally like it's a compilation of different events that happened throughout 2022. Including like a picture of my family, just because, you know, shout out to fam for real, because my nephew turned 10 last year and I helped raise him, so it was like a big thing.
Wow.
So like that's
Double
a big event for me, right?
This
like,
is your book,
right? Like this is in like I have contributions in there because Gunnar Stahl also had contributions in his book, so that's why I was like ooh. But my contributions are from Isaac, also known as Madsep on Instagram, who's been having the local legends like picture series that he's been drawing, and then also Christina Edwards, her like Instagram is like wavy visuals or whatever you may have it, but she had edited mad at these pictures.
Really?
For me, fun fact, I hate editing. I would rather just be able to like release the pictures just raws, and that's what I typically do. A lot of my pictures are just raw pictures. I just enhance them a little bit if I need to. But like my book is really raw, candid moments that people were not able to like see of themselves. Some people like don't even know that they're in a book. And like there are people recently that are just like, yo, like I think Mello was talking to Atlas like at AM4 last weekend, and he was like, yo, you're in Seykia's book, and da-da-da-da, and you and Owen were at drunk karaoke. And I was like, yo, this is like, it feels so good every time somebody's able to say that like they've been a part of the book and like seeing themselves. So one of the biggest things was just representation. And then also going into that, one of my biggest things with all of my art is having the community be able to have something that represents themselves and represents like Black joy and Black luxury. So why, I guess, let me run it back a little bit. In high school, in my senior year, I took AP Art. And AP Art, we had to, like, in order to, like, you know, get to the final projects or whatever for AP standards, we had to create a question. And my question was, what is Black joy and why can't white America see it? And so every piece that I created during my senior year pertained to that. And since then, that has been the continuance of all of my work. Even if I'm just at an event shooting and things like that, literally it's just like, what is Black joy? And like, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the representation of it. I made sure to add like very joyous pictures. You don't really see any solemn pictures in there. There are a couple like stoic faces, but it's okay. Like that is photography. You know what I mean? 100%. But you don't see, like, I have 3 studio shoots in there, just 3. I don't really like studio shoots too much because they're very staged unless I'm able to fully have creative freedom. But overall, like these events, this is our community. You know what I mean? Black joy is our community. And especially just like wanting to showcase like Black joy amongst like Boston and Boston's Black and brown communities. And then on top of that, this is a piece of luxury. If you see the book cover, it's a bouquet of flowers from my favorite flower shop called Olympia Flowers. Unfortunately, they're not Black owned, but they're owned by like a really dope, I think it's like an Italian family. Like it's really dope. And I love flowers. Flowers are my biggest thing. I've never really like, I haven't received too many flowers in general in my lifetime. And so it has like led me to like, here's your flowers, the gallery. And so like literally the reason why I had the cover of the book be flowers is because this is my like version of giving the community their flowers every time they buy a copy, although they're buying a copy.
When they're buying it, they're giving you their flowers.
So it's like that, but it's also really just like the community is genuinely like buying into something that I'm able to continue to create. So the reason why I have it being different volumes and things like that is because every year is not going to be the same. I'm a creative. And so with creatives are different from artists. And the reason why I say that is like artists are people who, they don't reinvent the wheel. That's no shade, no tea. They reinvent the wheel in their own way, but in a specific artistry. So I'm not just a photographer, like, and things like that. No, like, and I know that was like the intro, but it's literally just like, you know what I mean?
You're not just a photographer.
Right. And
I really like that.
And so
you're
it's
not
like,
lying,
like literally like, I've done so much, and like I'm a creative and an activist. And so as a creative, like you're reinventing the wheel. Like you're trying to create new things every trip. Yes. So I'm not going to have a book every year. Like that might be some years where I'm just like, yo, I don't feel like doing something crazy. So let's just do a book in a gallery. But this is just like starting. So like next year, I might be trying to do a little festival or something. A little festival or something. But you know, listen, I'm trying to have a local festival, and that is something I've been trying to do. But that'll be my Black Joy Volume 2023. And so it'll be different versions of things every single year in different projects. Yes, definitely. Like this is gonna be a continuance of me as a creative, not just me as a what's it called? Not just me as a, whoa, my brain just my brain just stopped completely. But yeah, not just me as like a person and things like that, but me as an artist, and all of those things. Like it's gonna be something new every year. That's my hope. And yeah, this was like the very first copy. This is my like personal copy. In the back, there's like
yeah, let's read
Yeah.
time. I love the yearbook vibe, like going on at the back.
I like literally like
Nostalgic as
this
fuck.
is so crazy because like I had this book at the gallery and I had people like sign the book and things like that, because like yearbook, duh. But like this is the reason why I say this is the first copy is because the pages in this are different than the pages that if you buy a copy now. The pages are a different finish. There's a couple there was originally a couple of typos, so we fixed, we fixed the typo and things like that. But I guess kind of in a way to describe the book, if y'all don't care for me to read the first little part that I wrote, if that's okay. My little note. Of course. So my little note in the book, although this is a photo book, sometimes words are needed to move forward. Welcome to Black Joy Volume 22. In this volume, you'll be experiencing the everyday love expressed by the community I am engulfed in. Candid Black Joy is not showcased in the media, which is why I am sharing this with you. These photos are taken from my eyes and are now being captured by your heart. If you see yourself in any of these images, just know that your happiness in that very moment was captured and that you are seen. If this is the first time you are seeing my work, I welcome you. These photos have been taken over the span of 1 year and have been carefully picked to be shared with you. Black Joy is only rare in white America. The question I want you to keep in mind as you explore is, what is Black Joy and why can't white America see it? This is the question I ask myself throughout each of my pieces.
I love that.
Beautiful.
Literally beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the book.
Yeah, that's fucking fire. I love what you're doing.
I know.
Seriously.
That's
that
amazing.
Shit is amazing.
And different, too.
And so different. And you're actually, like, doing it. Like, you actually put it in a physical form for people to consume, which is, like, a big step.
It's meant to be like a coffee table book or like a side or like a side table
like
book.
That, and like I love that, and it's just pictures.
Right.
A bunch of pictures. I love that. Like,
and pictures are worth a lot.
Yeah.
Where can you buy that?
Yeah.
You guys can purchase the book. It's $80. In the link in my Instagram bio. I have like a little Shopify site up. I also have some leftover prints from the gallery that I'm going to be selling for about $40. With the print, with the frame, it'll probably be like $50 or something like that. In the next coming weeks, probably by the time this episode drops, hopefully, I'll have things dropped on there. I also have shirts from the gallery that says "Here's your flowers" on the front, and like my stepmom had like what's it called? Had like designed them and everything.
Fire.
They're lavender. They're really pretty. And they're great. And then on the back, I think it's like because a lot of my poetry, because I'm a poet as well.
Okay.
Amongst all the things.
Yeah, right.
A lot of my poetry has like a definition to start off or like in a part of it. Because for me, I really fuck with like oh my God, who calls it this? Christina Edwards, who's like a part of the book or whatever. She's my sister and I love her to death. But she be calling like a lot of the vocabulary I be using. She's like, that's a community vocabulary. So like the word egregious is like one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of the people in the community use it because like they hear each other use it. So like my stepmom wanted to include that on like the shirts and the hoodies and stuff. So it's like, here's your flowers on the front, and then on the back, on the bottom, it says like verb to show respect, or something else. But like basically just
defining
like
that.
Right, just defining that, just kind of like going into like my theme and stuff. So all those things will be available hopefully by the time this episode drops in a couple weeks.
Word.
Dope. And I wanted to ask you more about Here's Your Flowers. Yeah. So this was your first event that you like put together. Was it your first event that you put together, or?
Yes and no.
Okay. So I want to hear like about the planning process, the idea behind it, how everything turned out, all of that.
Here's Your Flowers was definitely a push from Nate. Nate Nix, definitely great person, and all those things. But I was doing like an externship with an organization called Teen Empowerment, and I was able to like do the book through them for real. Like they bought the first copy of the book for me, and things like that, because the first copy was a little bit much money. But he gave me the idea of like doing a gallery and that type of concept. I decided to have it at the French Street Project because they have multiple rooms in there. And obviously, typically, those types of venues are super expensive, like on the regular. And I also wanted to keep it local, you know. So like a couple of different spots I was kind of thinking of was like French Street and Nubian Gallery and things like that. But like French Street fit like the best. And so I had different rooms. I had like everyone got a program when they like came in. And like for me, I'd be trying to plan everything down to a T, like very much like very down to the last thing. And I wanted to have each room kind of be a different experience. So like the first room where like if you kind of think about French Street, if you've been there, like is the white couch. And that room was like the combination of Christina and I's prints because I did a collaboration with Christina because she is like honestly one of the biggest parts of this book as well, because she had like if you look in the back of the book, there's like I put like the contributions and like, you know, who did what basically, and like Isaac has like 2 pages for like the thing that he wrote, and then Christina has like 10 pages or more of like what she's edited and like what she also wrote in there too. So we did a collaboration. So like the front room with the white couch had like a bunch of prints from both of us. It also had like the food, and then we had one vendor. We had something sweet be the vendors or whatever, and then also like people could like come up and scan a QR code to buy the book, because the book is kind of like pre-order honestly, because I don't have the bread to get the book in bulk. But people, you know, like people are able to order it, and then I'll get it and then sign it to them and send it to them. So if you ever buy a book, I'll sign it and send it. But yeah, so people were able to buy the book and buy my lighters. I also create lighters. I do a lot. I do a lot. But yeah, people were able to buy the lighters, which also had stickers of like what was like the Here's Your Flowers, like same concept as a shirt and stuff, and like all of that. So that was the front room, and also had food. I made sure to have free food. One of my biggest things is like at events and things like that, I truly believe that there should be free food or like snacks or something, because one, as a community, we consistently break bread. That is one of the things that like I love the most about a lot of events, because if you have good food and things like that, you're gonna attract more people, one, and two, people are buying a $20 to $25 to $30 ticket. So I'm not having you walk in here without leaving with some food in your stomach or like something to drink or something like that. Like I'm having those accommodations.
I appreciate that.
No bullshit.
Everyone does. We need to eat.
For real. Like I had some Jamaican food from my youth who created this sweater. You know, my youth, his name is Miko. His mom has like a business, like a catering business, a Jamaican catering business. So we had some like mango jerk chicken. We had some like beef patties and like things like that. I also had Rhythm and Raps help me out as well with the food. They loved the mission. Justin, who like runs Rhythm and Raps, like he loved the mission and things like that. So it was just really dope to be able to have that. And then I also had Topo Chico. They, you know, gave us some free bevs.
Yeah, they be everywhere. Yeah, them and Rhythm and Raps.
Literally,
the combination for the community.
Like, oh my god.
So yeah, I had them too. So all that and the Topo Chico was free. Like French Street themselves were selling drinks upstairs, and the bathroom was upstairs or whatever you may have it. Then the next room was Christina's room, which was the smaller room that has like the vanity mirror in it. And Christina had her own prints up there and things like that. And she also like she had her own vision behind it. I try not to explain her vision because I would do a very bad job. But it was just really dope. It was kind of basically showing like not the negatives within the community, but like the things that aren't really seen that are not the most positive. And it was just really dope to kind of have that contrast with the theme of Black Joy. So it was really dope. The white room was the community room, and the community room had majority of the prints in it, and it was like I worked so hard on that room. But it just had like, you know, I also commissioned Isaac, who contributed with the book, to do this like huge canvas. It's probably like the same size as like both these tables combined. To have everybody in the community be able to sign it. And he painted like the borders of it with flowers, and had like at the top like here's your flowers, Black Joy Volume 2022, and things like that. And under it was the communique picture, which is in the book, and that was great. And then I also had like prints of like Dom Dior, because I had helped direct the video never came out, but I helped direct the Funds video for from the Saturation album. So I did that, and there was pictures from that. There was pictures from Family Famous's day party that they had, which was like mainly like Devo and Clark D and Maystar, pictures of them, and Keys, Terrible Twos, just a bunch of different pictures from community-based things. Then there's the red hallway. In that red hallway, I had portraits. I
saw those pictures. Yeah, that is so cute.
I'm so glad. Yeah. So the red room, was definitely also one of my favorites, because I made sure to have like portrait shoots in there. And there was also like, I also want to keep in mind like at the event, like there weren't just pictures from 2022. I've done a lot this year already. It's we're 6 months into the year at this point, but in January I was doing so much and I was like, dang, I want to put this in the book. No, I can't because it's 2022. Like I was trying to make sure to keep with the 2022 with the book, but as for the gallery, I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna run it up. So yeah, I have pictures. I had like a print of TT up there from the Macedo shoot. I had pictures of my brother Zubi, who does music as well, and a beautiful model named Empress. They have a couple pictures from the shoot that Sonye and I had done for his Tokyo Gang merch that will be dropping soon enough. So those are kind of like hidden pictures that nobody has seen. I have like a dope picture of Sonye up, and also of EXO Shakim up as well, because they're both in the book as well in terms of studio shoots. Then the back room, finally the graffiti room, was of it wasn't like I didn't like hang anything up or whatever in there, because one, it's difficult to hang stuff up there, but two, that was like the stage. So we had the stage set up, and we had a projector. Christina and I had created a video of like, it was like an interview style video. So we interviewed kind of each other, to be able to like share to people like who we are. Because one of the biggest things is like, as visual creatives, like people don't typically know who we are. Christina doesn't have that many posts up as well. Like she had before, but like she's trying to like reinvent her like her whole thing. So like her page and stuff. So she didn't really have that many posts up. So people didn't really know who she is as well. Yeah. And then on top of that, we had performances. I wanted to make sure I had to have a performance aspect to it, because it was just like it would be weird if I didn't have performances, seeing as though I manage a music artist. And I'm not going to have this long ass event where there's no performances. So I made sure there was a live band. Christina plays the drums. That is now, she's taking a break from like visuals for now, to focus on her drumming and things like that. So if y'all need a drummer for a band, book Christina. So yeah, she played the drums, and then we had our friend Monte on the guitar or bass. Don't hate me because I don't be knowing the difference. It's a type of guitar, I guess. But yeah, so we had him on that, and then we had Komai from Something Sweet as well, on either the guitar or bass. Like I said, don't remember the difference. But yeah, and then we had our first opener was and then I also had my poetry. So I opened the whole show up with my poetry. Then the music opener was K Wolf, which was lovely, and I made sure to have her perform, one, because she's Christina's best friend, and also because Sonye and her have a song together, a couple of songs together. So it went her, then they did their piece together, and then Sonye went. And then at the end of the show, we had DJ Ravino, because we love DJ Ravino, so she's like, honestly, like somebody that I just look up to all the time. And her vibe, DJing is honestly one of my favorites because music curation to me is so important.
Yes.
And I feel like, one, she's for the community, because this like whole event was out of my own pocket. And so like the entire event was out of my home pocket.
Wow.
And so like she understood that everybody at the event that did something like did not work for free. They were compensated with something, whether it was monetary or it was like oh my God, monetary, or like people who volunteered got T-shirts and things like that. Like I did my best to give everybody their version of their flowers, because like I'm not rich, but I'm gonna do my best. And so literally it was like check by check that like I was back billed on bills for a few months, but I'm not upset about that because it was for the community. You know what I mean? Like that was my biggest
got your
thing.
Vision out there,
right? And so so she is just amazing. And so there was that. And then I had my great friend Kevin Pace, who's also a drummer at Berkeley, but or he goes to Berkeley, but he also like runs sound. And like people underestimate how important sound is. I swear sound is so important, and as somebody who has so much value and holds so much love within music, I needed the sound to go perfectly. And Kevin perfectly put that into fruition for me, and like had the auto-tune sounding great, like all that extra stuff. So that was the whole event basically. And it was not something I expected to do. I did not expect to I didn't expect to make the book and make it in this way, because I originally was not going to have it be this deep. So the book took me months. I started the book in October or November, and I finished it at April, May. That's how the months go. I finished it in April. I had to take a second.
No, it'd be like that.
But yeah, April. I finished it in April. So from November to April, I was working on this book. Like so many different edits. Having to use different computers because like my computer is ass. And doing all those things. So I really worked hard on this book, and there were multiple edits even after this first copy was printed. So there was that. So the book and the like event went hand in hand because it was a launch for the book, obviously. And I do plan on this summer having another event and an actual longer gallery, because one of the biggest things is like people are now getting to know me and things like that, like meeting you guys like literally it's so amazing because it's like I want people to be able to actually experience what the gallery was like, because it's not like I didn't have a lot of people there. We had a great number of people there. However, like the gallery was for the community. Here's Your Flower I wanted to make sure that first event was for the community, like by the community, for the community. And now I'm transitioning to get founders, or not founders, sponsors and like funders and things like that, and donators for the book, who can basically I think I'm gonna kind of do it like sponsor a book for the artists. There's so many artists in this book that I would love to just gift the book to. I've gifted the book to a couple of people. I also had Garage Media. I had Garage Media. They were one of my sponsors for the event as well. And so like I gifted Mellow Veer his own book. And who else? I've gifted Beat the Odds, which is an organization. I've gifted them a book. I've gifted obviously Christine and Isaac their own books. My best friend Emma, who like helped me just like throughout like depression and things like that, her own book. So it's like I've gifted a good amount of books that I had the money for, but I also want to be able to have the artists who are involved in this book. Like Key was obviously one of the biggest parts of this book. If you see this book, like Key, literally her event, like Terrible Toots, is the first like event in the book because that's what started my deep dive into photography within the community, seeing my photography for real. Me really having like a public face and within the photography game. So she's very like, I would love to be able to give her a free book and like things like that, and like other artists like Clark and Tomo is in this book and has really helped me and like inspired me. So there's a lot of other people that I would love to just give a book to, but there are a lot of artists that have already like actually gone out of their way and supported me and bought a book. Like Atlas, Nate Nix bought 2 books, like Rob, like the 508 God Rob, he bought a book. Like, he was the first person to buy a book.
That's dope.
Kevin, who's, Kevin Pace, the one who did the sound, like, there are artists in the community that are actually doing their best to support me, because the book isn't cheap. No, and like, I'm trying to actually get the book out to people because, like I said, we deserve luxury in our own homes that look like us.
Absolutely.
And so, so this plan for the summer is to have like an opening night with like people who got money, so that we can get some books for the community and hand them out, and then have it be like kind of how 13th Vic is doing right now with their gallery, but having it like, be over a few days so people can like go every day and like visit it. And then the last night, the closing night, I plan to really be for the community once again, because it'll hopefully be a bigger crowd of people and like more people that understand what the book is and things like that, and a lot more book oriented rather than just event oriented, because I feel like Here's Your Flowers was definitely more for the event sake and the gallery sake than for like the book sake, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people just came for, and like I love this is great, but a lot of people just came for Sonya, a lot of people just came for Kay, and like for the performers, and like that's fine, like that makes sense, and like obviously that's great, because they came and was able to still experience everything. But I definitely like would love to have people come for me, and things like that. So like the gallery that's going to be coming up this summer is going to be in collaboration with Isaac Madsep. That is my best friend from high school as well. So it's just like, this will be great to be able to collab on our work.
Dope.
That's amazing.
I'll be mad long-winded. My fault.
No, that's great, because I mean, that was all like necessary information. Like, I really wanted to know like everything about it, so you got that.
You got summarized it very well.
I try.
You're very involved, so like how did you get into the community? How did you like, I know you were talking about like Key and Terrible Twos, but like even maybe like deeper than that, like what inspired you to become a photographer, and also what pushed you to be as confident with like as you are now to like go after everything you want?
So I've been doing photography my whole life, since I was little. Like, I would steal my mom's phone when I was younger, like the little flip phone Johns, like not even at the touchscine yet, like
not even
phone.
iPhone,
right? Like taking her phone and taking pictures and random pictures and all the time and whatever, and like I used to try to do stop motion with clay when I was a kid too. Like, so taking pictures was like a thing.
That's a lot.
Always
Creating. Yeah. I wish I could find those pictures now, but the flip phones, they don't work like that. They don't be holding nothing.
No.
But my stepmom had given me my first camera on my 13th birthday, and it was a very tiny Nikon Coolpix camera.
Oh my God, the Coolpix!
Yeah, the Coolpix, bro. Yeah, she gave that to me on my 13th birthday, so that was my first like real camera. I still have it. I refused to throw it away. I tried to use it as like a vlog camera, but it didn't work out because the mic on the side is like, if you cover it, you're done.
Yeah,
can't hear shit. But yeah, so she gifted me my first camera, and then I started to be able to use her camera because she was doing photography. Like, when my parents got together, I was 13, like I was or like 12 going into 13. So like she really like it was my inspiration to think that I could really do this. My mom, like my birth mom, is a teacher, so like it's not to say she's not creative, but she be creating math. I don't know.
She busted that math down.
She be getting the math. But she definitely was not like the one to be like, oh, here's like, she would still get me art supplies and do all those things and like fund like my artistry as a kid. But like she obviously didn't know how deep it ran until my stepmom came around, because my stepmom is fully an artist. Went to school for graphic design. She like was doing photography for a long time and had did like an apprenticeship with a photographer and things like that. Now she's a jack of all trades for real. She's like a creative too. So like I said, like she created the like flyer for the event. She created the shirts, like all of that extra stuff. She has her own business. Like, it's really dope. So I just kind of like learned from her. And so she would let me use her Nikon, which is my Nikon today. And like you know, when I was like 15 or so, like she would let me take it with me to Teen Empowerment. My first legit job was at Teen Empowerment when I was 14 going into 15. And they had, or they still have Teen Empowerment Studios, which Nate ran. At the time when I first met Nate, he had hired me at the job.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had hired me at the job. And he had like he was basically for the most part like helping run TE Studios and stuff, and they would go to studio sessions, and we wanted to make sure we really tried to get pictures and like stuff like that to like be able to show people and stuff, and I still have the pictures to this day that I used to take with the camera that I currently use, a Nikon D3300, because at the time, like, it was like my stepmom wasn't ready to give it up yet because she thought she was still gonna do something with it, but she started to hate photography. I think once you do something for so long, I feel like for certain people you just grow to hate it. When people are like, because she was the type of photographer that was more like wedding photography, not like community photography, which is not a bad thing. It's just how it was.
Everyone's different,
right? So I think with wedding photographers, you probably get sick of it at some point. And I think that's what happened with her. So she didn't gift it to me, not yet. I ended up in my high school, like for a long time I kind of stopped doing photography and stuff like that, and was focused on whatever the hell else I was focused on, but really actually I was focused on activism.
Which
like,
is good too.
I'm like, whatever the hell else. No. Like photography, but like activism was like my high school thing. And so through Teen Empowerment, I was doing a lot of activism. I've like done speeches in front of over 100,000 plus people.
I could tell.
Literally.
I could tell. Because the way you talk,
for like March for Our Lives, I don't know if you guys remember the Parkland shooting.
Yes.
I was a freshman at the time, and I spoke at the March for Our Lives rally against, and that's where I met Vickiana, Vic, and I met her, and I didn't meet Bria yet, but our video girl, sorry. I didn't meet video girl yet. But like around that time, I had did a speech at March for Our Lives advocating for like gun violence and things like that to be reformed, and for guns to be taken out of Black and brown communities, because Black and brown people get shot every day in those communities. So that was like my role at that rally, not necessarily towards school shootings. So like my activism really just be continuing to run deep. COVID hit when I was 17, and so during that time, I ended up like as solo camera for my high school.
Fair.
Definitely stole a camera from my high school. Cool. And it was a Canon Rebel T6. And I was able to take it because this was during the time of like the AP art time or whatever. So they let me take it. And I kept it.
It's in my room.
And I told my art teacher, I was like, "You think you finna get this back?"
You're crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't know who told you that, but that's not what I'm subscribing to.
They lied.
And so, I ended up, like, you know, just keeping that. And, like, at the time, like, my ex at the time, he was, like, into photography. Like, he did photography. He did shoots and all the extra stuff. But, like, I was still, like, I'm not super in it right now. I was still, like, doing my activist stuff and whatever you may have it. So it was, like, whatever, but I'm still taking some pictures. And like I would take pictures at like the rallies and stuff like that, but I was still like in the activism bag, so I was still speaking at them and things. Then like getting more into like being at TE more, this is when we were starting to kind of get back in person just a tad bit. C4 was working at Teen Empowerment as well for a while. And he was like, I guess my first like, I feel like muse always gets put as a bad word, like a sexual word, and it's very weird, and I'm trying to destigmatize that. But like,
let's do that
like literally, like, but like C4 was definitely like my first muse, and like really showing me like, you can do this. Like he was like, bro, come to me with this to the studio session. Not that studio session, I met Milkshaw, and I met Maystar. Like, bro, that was such an amazing night to be able to go and do that, but take pictures of them and stuff. And then I also was able to take pictures of him, like, you know, in nature. So I had different types of like learning at that time. So it was just really dope to have somebody that believed in me at that time. And so like, that's when I started to kind of get back into it. Then I don't know, like I took a break because of the whole like going to school and like education and figuring that out. And like, you know, I was graduating and stuff at that time, but at my graduation I decided to take pictures. And they came out pretty good, and I like edited them and they came out decent. And I was like, okay, bet, cool. Maybe let me try to get back into my bag. Took a break again to like go to UMass Boston and whatever, and like fuck around and, you know, experience bullshit. And then literally like and then came beginning of last year, excuse me, and then beginning of last year I decided to take my camera to Terrible Twos. I was just like, bro, I take pictures, like why not, like let me see. And like, you know, it was just like, I'm older. My ex at the time was like an artist or whatever you may have it, or it was like I was with him right before Terrible Twos or whatever, and like he was an artist, and like he like really pushed me, and like even though we like ended stuff, like one of the biggest things that he always told me is to have heart, and I've like kept that with me to obviously to this day. And like even in the book it's just like I mentioned like having heart, and like definitely something that I hold close to me. And so even though we weren't together or nothing like that, I had the first event I went to like in the community was the KOBK event. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was like I think it was like their album release at the time, and it was at Thrill, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. I'm understanding. And then I was like, maybe I should bring my cameras to the next event that I go to, and I end up going to Key's event. And so I'm like, bet. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is like, it's not that I never experienced music like that before, but I like, cause it was the second time I experienced music like that. But it was like, I've never seen like a Black woman in this community that has done music like this. Like I've seen Red Shade, sure. I've seen Brandy Blaze, sure. Like that's amazing, and I love them, and those are two of my favorite OG artists from Boston. But they're not doing it like Key, and like nobody's doing it like Key, bro. Especially in this community, and like it's crazy. And so being able to experience that and taking these pictures, and I'm like looking through the pictures the next day, I'm like, I did that? I'm like, nigga, I did that with like this fucking shitty camera from my high school. Like, Camerable T6, no shade, no T. Yeah, no. But they
it's
old.
The starter. Yeah.
It's the starter. It really is a starter. Yeah. If you know cameras, you know that that's a starter camera. But that starter camera did half of this book. Yep. Let me make that shit clear. Like, shit.
Shout out the Canons.
Shout out the fucking Canons, bro.
What do you shoot on now?
Now I'm shooting on the Nikon D3300.
Oh, yeah.
So basically over the summer my stepmom had gifted me or I kind of stole it. It's a little bit of both. It's a wobbler. Yeah, did she gift it? Did I take it out? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But I now shoot on the D3300 that I was shooting with when I was 16. And like I just have continued to learn more things and just learn about manual and learning about different settings and exposure and and how ISO be too high sometimes and it be looking crazy. So I'm learning things, and now I'm trying to get into like my disposable film type bag. I don't think I'm gonna get too deep into it just because like I fuck with the digitals more, you know,
just
but
the disposable era,
right? Like disposable era is like definitely like era. I wish I was like I wish my mom had money at that time to be able to buy me disposables so then I could take pictures. Because I do have like disposables from when I was like a couple. I don't know if I still have the actual pictures, but I remember my mom's friend when I was a kid, like literally probably like 4 or 5. She would take me on like little day trips and stuff. I think she was like my babysitter probably. But she had one of the days she had taken me to it's like in down.
Give me 1 second.
Like ain't no way, boy. Like ain't no fucking way. I would hope the fucking shit picked that up because that shit was
I hope too. That bass.
That's like what my brain does when I'm like tweaking out. Those shrooms talk to me at night.
I love this. This is great.
Like there is no reason.
I don't think I've ever heard that like that in my
really?
fucking life. Bro.
That's crazy.
Not in here.
It picked up on the mic?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, because like I could hear it out of this ear. I don't know. Sometimes the shit don't.
I think it might have.
I thought there was thunder for a second. I was like, the fuck is going on?
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Crazy. Damn, what was I saying?
Fuck.
Disposable.
Yeah, disposables. Yes. So the babysitter, she ended up taking me to like there's a spot in like it's across from like I think it's across from Prudential or something like that where there's this like long like pond thing.
Near the Commons?
No, like it's like not downtown Boston, but it's like city type Boston where like Prudential is, the Cheesecake Factory and all that extra stuff. I don't know.
Like I know what you're talking
I don't know what it's called though. I have no idea what it's called, but it's this really, really long like pond type thing with the fountain and stuff. And she took us over there, like me and this other girl that I was with, and like she had given us disposables, and like she had taken us to CVS after to get them developed, and it was just really fun. And so I think that probably really also sparked it too. So now I'm kind of like trying to get into that bag, because at the end of this book you'll see like disposable pictures that I took like at the end of like in December of last year. Johnny Wave also is a huge inspiration for this book as well. He had gifted me the disposables and also gifted me like being able to develop them, because developing them is a little pricey. But he gifted me both, and so that is like he contributed to the book in that way as well. And so now the place that I'm in is obviously upgrading camera soon, hopefully, and, you know, just getting better at editing. And I've recently been trying to figure out how to create like cinematography photos. So cinematic photos, I guess. So like that's kind of like the next style I would like to step into. Obviously, I'm still fucking it up with the pictures at events. Yeah. But I definitely like right now, I'm not like working. So like this is not necessarily the time I'm going to test out like, let's see how long I can go without working, because I did that last year and that is like a lot of this book, but like overall, like I do need to pay bills, so
good for
I'm
creativity.
Not
your pocket's hurting,
right, and that kind of goes into like being a creative. Something about being creative that Nate had told me is that creatives know that you have to go through it and go through the mud in order to get what you want. And so like going through the mud is having a job. Like literally,
it literally is.
And there are artists that I know that like just said fuck a job and I'm all set, and it's cool. You can do that, but not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. So it's like creatives be going through the mud with it, and so now here I am with that. And so what's it called? All of that being said, in terms of photography, I've been doing it my whole life. And it's obviously come out with great things. And yeah, but like the main thing, I feel like I correlate, or not correlate, I feel like I resonate more with being a painter than a photographer.
Really? Talk about that.
I like have like 3 main paintings right now that are kind of what I be using to for like my lighters and stuff, or like my prints. It's like a butterfly painting, this painting that I have of J. Cole and Kendrick, and this other painting. Oh my God, why can't I think of it right now? I have a few paintings basically, and these paintings are also going in terms of Black joy. Like the Kendrick painting is some of people's favorites. The butterfly painting is just a representation of me. Can't remember the last one, like I said, but like it's the reason why I resonate with it so much more is because like it's like I really have to put my all into whatever I'm creating. I like touched a paintbrush the other day for the first time in like a year, and that's because of like doing photography. And that's one thing that I don't want to feel like I'm slipping up on is like my painting and things like that. So like having time now to be able to get back into that is like really important to me. And with that being said, like I'm definitely like trying to create new things, and trying to just really see how I can incorporate my photography and my painting together in that in terms of that reinventing the wheel type of vibe.
No bullshit.
Right.
I fuck with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm definitely working on a few things. There's a few things going into fruition, but I definitely like resonate with it more just because it takes so much energy that like I can't not. You know what I mean? Like photography, sure, but like I don't feel like my distinctive version of art should be identified as clicking through pictures. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love it. Don't get me wrong. But
you need that representation of like you yourself too, because in photography, like the main thing is you're representing other people or other things, and like everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, like you were behind that. But when it comes to like a creative outlet and like putting out your own thing, like that's very crucial to like being independent, like and doing your own stuff. So I get that. But you could do some cool stuff with like prints, like with putting like your paint behind it, and then like also putting like photos you took, like that would be sick.
That's what I've been listening. Come on now, not too much,
too much. Yeah, my goodness, I can hear you.
You got a lot of info. I love it.
My brain kind of be holding a lot of stuff, and I'd be like, dang.
This is your time to shine.
You know what's that meme where it's like, let them cook. Like that's how I be feeling sometimes, and I think that's why like y'all are just really dope, and like bro, if I was able to, I would have brought y'all physical flowers. Like every time I try to go to like every time I'm in a new space where I really appreciate people, and like sometimes I don't want to keep repeating thank you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I wish I like could just always have flowers on me and just be able to do that. But like this is my
I feel
you know, for real. But y'all are just really dope, because like something that I've been like super heavy on recently, or just in general, I'm not gonna say just recently, but is like women creatives. Where the fuck is our credit? You know what I mean? Like that shit's getting me. It's getting me sick. And like there's so much shit going on in the community. Like there's been a lot of events where like men have been acting weird and like all that type of shit. And it's just like, bro, like it hurts. And that's why I value Raven so much for having like finally for the gays, because it's like, bro, it's not even just the gays, it's the girlies. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like, and that's like for us to be able to be at an event and that be like, everybody left that event like, I felt so safe.
I wish we were able to go bad.
Like, bro, y'all would have really enjoyed it, because like literally it was like very safe. I was at the door the whole time, like literally, and I've worked the door at a lot of events at French Street, and like
we see you.
Yeah, I be at the door. Find me there. Find me with my camera or at the door. You know, one of the two. Yep. But like literally, I and mind you, we've had to kick people out before. We've had to ban people like and things like that, and nothing happened that night. Yep. And why do you think that is?
Yeah.
There weren't. For a little second. You know, like men weren't. Men weren't there, bro. Yeah. And it's just like, and it's there were some men there, I will say, because the gays. Yeah. But it wasn't like men that like hetero men that were like a danger to us. You know what I mean?
Like toxic masculine energy, like filling everywhere. Right. That's not that.
Right.
Feeling entitled to a number, like, bro, get off me.
Please.
Thank you.
You ain't gonna give me your number, bro?
Literally, like, I'm gonna need you to back up. So it's just like being able to be in a space like that was like super dope. And like I appreciate Raven for that. But like y'all are really like, I'm like, I love my guys at Bat for the Community. Shout out them and all the things. Obviously, you know, Nate's gang. I've literally sat behind so many of their episodes. People don't be knowing that for real, but like it's like I be having shit to say too, and it's like I would love to start a pod, but at the same time I'm like, everybody doing a pod now. So I'm not trying. It is true. I'm not trying to do a pod. I'm trying to be on a pod, and like if I'm able to be on a pod with two like beautiful, strong women, like I would love to do that. And so like literally, that's why I tweeted that.
I was so happy when I saw you. I was like, oh my god.
You like what?
I would love for like Sonya and I to be here, and like even other people where I'm just like, bro, like. Y'all have amazing conversations, and like there's obviously I know y'all have seen the pod wars with the men.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is stop being on some bitch activity, and that's what I gotta say on that. Because be so fucking for real. But like
110%.
But where are y'all in that? Nowhere. Right, like y'all are not in that drama and all that extra shit,
and we won't
like,
be ever.
Right, exactly.
That got nothing to do with me. And if somebody want to make that something to do with me, I'm
gonna say you, not me.
Step it out, because I'm all set. And like that's like, bro, like and you see those are men on that. You feel me? On that, like, on that vibe, and I'm all set. Like, yeah, just the back and forth shit is mad childish, and like I don't want to put myself or Sonya in a position to be on a pod that's like on that bullshit. You feel me? And so it's like I really appreciate y'all for just being like real ass people and just like down to earth and like just great women overall.
I appreciate
that.
I feel the love. That. I feel the flowers. Man.
I know. For real.
I don't need no physical flowers.
Literally, it's
bro. Just like walking through the space, I'm just like, oh, I would love to be a part of something like this. Like just walking through this space, I'm like, oh my god.
You're always welcome.
Literally, always.
Like
always.
My you see me, my jaw was job walking through this. I was like, oh my god, like y'all gotta see this space one day. Like y'all gotta do a little tour of the space for real.
Yeah. Like on an episode. Studio, baby.
Listen,
do over, don't Norwood, Mass.
Y'all ain't hip.
Nord's kind of.
Nord, yeah.
You gotta leave that out until the end. Yeah. Like, you got. Don't be telling the people that.
You're right.
I don't gotta know the
yeah, I will say you taking a tea, be prepared for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Taking a car, you good though.
Yeah.
And a whipski, you said. You need a little gas money though. I will say that.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For real.
Yeah, we don't get into none of that shit. Can't get into it because you gotta remember what you're doing it for. The fuck.
Yeah, like
for real.
The whole like point of this podcast is one to like empower women and anybody, but like obviously women. Like there's not really any other podcasts that do this, so it's really nice to be able to do that. And it's like we respect everybody, and like everybody respects us, or everyone who talks to us or has any contact with us, they have respect for us. So you can see that like in that, and that's why we would never ever get into any drama. Like we're all family.
Y'all give so much grace, like, and I really appreciate that, because even excuse me, I'm typically not a late person, but being here late was just like I felt so bad. Like you text, I was like, I literally sent her a screenshot of the Google Maps of me on the bus, because I'm like, bro, I promise you, I'm not lying. I'm not late for no reason. On the way, like, and it was just like Lex is like, bro, it's fine, like, don't worry about it, because but it just sucks, and like y'all, like people don't be giving grace like that. Like, although sure, like y'all could have had something to do right after, you know what I mean, and like y'all, whatever your plans were today, you still gave me that grace to like, you know, actually make it here, and I bet y'all do that for other people. Not to say don't be coming here late. Don't do that, but
don't take advantage.
Don't take advantage of that. But
if you're late, we got you. Like,
right? Like
if something comes up, that's
exactly.
I'm not gonna be tight over that shit.
Right, and it's the grace. Like it's the grace, and I think that's also like it's not just like I know men be giving grace too, but I think in my opinion, it's like it's a woman's thing too, where it's like if you're like you understand how like you know. Shit is like deeper than it actually is. Definitely. Like, why did this happen, bro? Like, let's figure this out. Let's figure out a solution. Always. And I know it's like that. You know what I mean? So like, I just appreciate the grace that y'all are able to give too.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that so much.
I love like the feedback that other people give, because obviously when you're in your in yourself and your being, like you don't really know how you're coming off to people or whatever. Yeah, being perceived. Yeah. And then when you get that feedback, it's like.
I was so scared. I was like, I don't know. Originally, I think before being able to see y'all in person, I was scared because I'm like, dang, like I don't know what they're like for real. Like I see them on the pod, but
I'm
like,
sure, just like everybody else,
like dang, bro. Like I'm like, because I think for me too, I be like, I love women, but I be scared with women sometimes too. I feel like I typically get along with like men or like masculine people more often.
No, yeah, we
like, and it's like it's a double-edged sword sometimes, because I feel like a lot of times like men be saying this and I be understanding it because I be seeing it, and like women are mad complicated. We're great. Very complex. 100%, we very complex. And so it's like, dang, like I don't be knowing when like women are actually down to be friends and down to be cool and things like that. Like I feel like
if it's all for the camera.
Right.
Like you don't know me off, like, you know, you don't know me off shit.
Are you real or not?
Like literally, you know me off YouTube and Instagram. That's it. That ain't real life. So when you see me in person or you're interacting with her on DM, she could be like a bitch and be like, yo, all right, bro, I got something to do. Like hurry up.
Literally.
Like, or some shit. Like, you know, you never know. So we feel you. Like, you can never be too cautious when it comes to girls and guys. Don't matter.
Anybody.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
People
yourself.
in general. People in general. It's like, yeah, I think for me, I've never had like, I feel like majority of my friend groups are like male oriented or whatever, or just like men in general or whatever. And so it's like, I'd be like, dang, like, I don't know how this person's going to act because I'm not used to interacting with these type of people and whatever. So it's like, you know,
Especially new people.
Right.
Yeah.
New people. Oh my God.
New people is scary. Especially sitting down and talking for 2 hours. Like,
yeah. New people are definitely scary, but I really like, yeah. Y'all are it. Y'all are dope. y'all ever get invited to be on a pod, bro? Like they good. They good with Seykia.
Yeah, they good with Seykia.
They good with the community for real. Period.
I appreciate that. Literally, for real. Segueing off of that, I want to ask, what has your experience been like being a female in the industry?
Yes. The question.
The long sigh.
Because I have, like, Sonya and I have to have, or not have to have, but we've had, like, especially in the beginning of me managing him, because I started managing him, it hasn't even been a full year yet, bro. So, like, I'm still relatively new to managing him and, like, managing in general. And so, like, niggas did not think that I could do it. I'm going to be so real. Like, people like who didn't know me for real, like definitely like would come up to me and have conversations with me like, that was a quick decision for you to make. You don't know what goes into managing. This, that, and the third.
Yeah, who
and
the fuck are you?
Yeah, and sometimes they don't even gotta say nothing. You can see it on their face, body language. When you walk in a room, they looking at you different. Like
and it's like y'all have seen me go to functions and stuff. I mean, I don't really post that many pictures and stuff of like me at functions, but like you don't see me fully clothed. I'm not gonna lie. You see me with a crop top, like you see me with the girlies out. So like I be going out. So if you see me like walk up and I'm talking to Sonya, and you might think like if you're gonna be that person to assume, you're not gonna think that he and I are just talking business, right? Like, or being friends. And I hate that. And you know, it's so crazy. Somebody that like had went to school with Sonya didn't even tell him, had told somebody else, and that came back to me. Didn't even come back to Sonya. A lot of this has just come back to me because this has happened multiple times. But just like, oh, I thought they was fucking talking about me and Sonya.
You're crazy.
And I'm like,
guys and girls can't be friends.
Right.
I fucking hate that.
Right.
Like,
that's the concept.
like stigma. Like,
right. And
it's terrible.
It's sick. And it's just like, bro, like, nah, because that's why I'm getting this nigga on a stage and you're not. Sorry. Just saying. Because it's like overall, bro, like for you to sit here and just assume like that me and him are fucking is like egregious. Like that's,
I literally was like this whole time I was like, that shit is egregious.
like bro, like you're fucking bugging, bro, because like that's the shit that I'm getting sick of too. And it's like not even just like as a woman, but as a black woman, as a plus size woman, and like in different spaces and stuff like that. Like you see how you get like treated differently in different ways and things like that. And so it's like for that to be the case, like in the music industry, like I'm not fucking nobody to get nowhere. Literally. I'm not fucking nobody to get nowhere. Like,
and matter of fact, you're doing things for him. Like,
right.
On top of that. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, bro, I work for him.
Right.
Like and not even
really
for him, bro.
Get that.
Right. And it
don't.
Right. And it's not even like, and Sonya hates when I say, oh, like I work for him. But like, it's like literally like, he's like, bro, we're a partnership. We're not even like, you're not working for me. We're a partnership. And like, you know, like he and I just like see eye to eye so well. Like if you don't see us working like beside each other and like you don't know us as people, you're not going to see how well we work together. And so like, that's the craziest thing.
And like, that's not for them to fucking know either.
Right,
like,
right. And so it's like being a woman in the industry, being a woman in the music industry is like, like I walk into a room and like, you know, I say I'm somebody's manager or whatever you may have it. It's like,
they're brushing you off.
Right. And you know what's so fucking crazy? Oh my God. The other day, somebody had DM'd me to like get a feature with him or whatever. Nobody like local, and somebody from out of state had DM'd me for a feature for like working with Sonya. I'm like, yeah, it's like 45, da da da. And he's like, okay, cool. And I guess he ended up clicking on my page, and because he's like DMing me on Instagram, and he's like, oh, you're so beautiful, you look so good, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I really appreciate that, but like we're talking about business. We're like I said that straight up. I'm like, I appreciate that, but like we're speaking on business because I'm gonna keep it respectful. I'm gonna keep it cordial, so then we can make sure the money's in the motion, right? Yeah. So it's like, bro, like you gonna do that, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I want to work with him, but like me telling you that is business. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm straight, bro, because what the fuck is that? Like, you can't, I don't understand. Like, it is fine to like think somebody's attractive and be like that, but like you have to figure out like how to keep things separate. Like, it's not going to work that way, and then you're going to start making somebody feel uncomfortable. But the thing is, a lot of people don't understand or care that they're making a female feel uncomfortable. They just don't care.
Right. And like, it's interesting because you know the motive behind it. You're not just trying to give me a compliment and keep it pushing. You're trying to get that shit for free. You're trying to fuck me, and when you come to the state to get a feature with him,
for like the benefits, like
bro, you're sick, bro. And it's just like that's what it's like being a woman in the industry. Like, you don't see like niggas in the industry or like men in the industry or whatever you may have it, like getting, you know, catcalled. Like, you don't see that. Like, that's not, like, maybe a little bit, but like
that's something that they
come
don't
on,
gotta
bro.
deal with.
They don't got to deal with that every single day. They don't got to deal with that all the time. Like, and so it's like being a woman in the industry, like, it's not just about women as rappers, but I'm on the business side of this, right? Like, we're talking about music business, we're talking about all of that. So like, if I'm walking into a space, if I'm walking to a performance with Sanye, like one thing I love to do is to make sure we you feel me, we synced up with the fits, like, because it's just like, bro, I need y'all to know who I am, and like know, like, if you want to talk to him after the show, you gotta go through me, and if you want to work with him, you gotta go through me, because like, bro, like there's been times where like Sanye has taken on a lot, and like he's grown from this at this point, but like he'll take on a lot, or like when originally, because like I be trying to help him go through his DMs and stuff, because he's not good at texting, period. He doesn't have his notifications on for his texts, like it's he's very separated. So for like I like when I was first going through his messages and stuff like that, like originally, like probably when he was like I don't know, 19 or something, living in Florida, because he was living in Florida for a minute, he would just give people his number. I'm like,
that is such a rookie mistake, bro.
Like, and he was 19. He was 19. No, and you feel me? Like, people are asking for features, but I'm like, did you even know this person? You just giving them your number?
Organize that. How you gonna respond?
Right. And so like things like that, where it's just like, I just want to make sure that, you feel me, like he's smooth, but like I be trying to make sure that we, you know, we're coordinated and stuff in a building and stuff like that when we are going into a space where he's performing and things like that. Shout out TT, because in January when he had performed for the Chamber, she did custom pants for him, and she had styled me. She had styled me to make sure that we was correlated and things like that. Like, he had koi fish on his pants, and she found me a koi fish red shirt.
I love that.
It was dope. So shout out TT all the way, and shout out Sam too. Like, literally their styling together is amazing. Right? Like, I had 2 fits for the gallery, and they styled me for both. Wow. And I had a whole custom fit on for my gallery. Period. TT customized my pants for the second fit, and Sam had customized my shirt for the second fit. TT had did my makeup, and they went in together on the first fit too. So literally, they're amazing. So
dynamic duo.
Right. And so it's just like, for me to like make sure that people know who I am in a space, like, it's hard, because like as a woman, I want to be able to step out when he's, you know what I mean, like when he's performing and stuff, because like I want to feel good, right? Like I'm confident in my body. I'm confident in who I am. So like, and I'm not gonna let nobody take that away from me. And it's like, especially like that has been a hard thing, because I've been bigger all my life. So like, and being a black woman too, like light-skinned black women at that, like it's real hard to feel confident in you and like yourself. And so like, I've built this up real high. So like, I'm gonna wear what I want, and I'm gonna do what I want. Like, my mom has sat here and said, "Are you ever gonna sit here and wear a full size shirt?" I'm like, shorty, I'm gonna do it when I need to. Literally, I'm gonna do what I need to. Literally. Like, if I don't feel like doing that, I'm not gonna do that. And so like, you know, like, that's where you get the looks, and that's where you get the like opinions from men in these like different spaces and stuff like that. But like, you're not gonna see me walk into a business meeting looking like that. I'm at a function.
I'm at a party.
I'm at a function, bro. If I'm at a concert, you're not gonna see me dressed with a like shirt,
business suit, business casual,
with a blazer. Like, bitch,
I'm sorry,
Pantsuit,
like that's not me. Like, that's not me. Are you sure you might have a little bit of business on me? Like, I might go to like one of Sonye's show with the 3X hoodie that I have, that's Sonye's hoodie. You know what I mean? But
that's
you're
your
not
choice.
Right, no, that's my choice. That's what I want to do. And like, don't sit here and judge me any less of as being like a businesswoman because you're not fucking with what I got on. No like bullshit. that has nothing to do with me. And you not fucking with it, that's your business, bro. Bullshit. For real. Because I'm doing what I gotta do.
And keep it to yourself, because this body ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right. Exactly. Unless you was being like, oh, you look good. Yeah. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. Like you see me, like I be having like my makeup, making sure my makeup's on point, doing all the like I peep. Listen, I be trying. But because I really be a makeup girly sometimes. I be going out. You. Yeah, like it's just like sometimes you gotta have a little razzle-dazzle. Yeah, so fun. You know, something cute. You're so cute. But you know, it's like I definitely like being a woman in the industry, bro. It's hard, but what I will say is, even though like I am a woman in the industry, I do got men that are in the industry on my side.
Yeah. That respect you.
Exactly.
Bro, when I tell you, and Sadiq noticed, Sadiq, Key's manager. That's my guy.
We love Sadiq.
We love Sadiq.
Oh my God.
We Sadiq fan team for real. Like, bro, we love Sadiq, bro. And like literally, like I've written like for like school or whatever, like at school, because like I'm doing music business, and so like I'm in like a class, and it was like, oh, like one of the like things was like, oh, pick a mentor and to like write about them or whatever. That was like the activity. And I picked Sadiq, and I literally called Sadiq, and I'm like, yo, like, hey, like can you send me whatever articles and all the extra stuff that you have on you, because like I really be, and he knows that I really be looking up to him, like this whole process of me managing Sonye and stuff. Like I've had certain conversations with him, I'm asked opinions and like things like that, and he's like, bro, hit me anytime. And like there are men in this industry that will really help. Like like Nate literally taught me how to like break down how to charge people for certain things for Sonye, because Sonye is not the best at like telling people that like he costs money. His artistry costs money. He's not the best at doing that. And like that's not supposed to be his job. That's what I'm here for. And that's why he hired me, bro. And so like there are a lot of men in the industry that are like looking to see me grow, bro. Tomo really helps me with my entrepreneurship and things like that overall. Like, so it's just like in this industry. And then also like as a woman photographer, bro, like I've seen so many women photographers like that will come into like the spaces and stuff and come into like events and stuff, and this is no shade, no tea to them, like, but it just don't feel like they're as confident. And it's just like, I would love to see that confidence come out, and I would love to see them wear like crazy shit, bro. If y'all saw me at AM4, bro, I wish I had pictures. I did not take no pictures that night. I took pictures of my makeup, but that was it, not the fit. But like, bro, I literally like had like a black bra on, and then over it was like a mesh like fishnet type shirt, and then like these like fucking booty biker shorts on. Like, nigga, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna wear what I want,
as you should,
and I'm gonna fucking feel good. And if I'm gonna be taking pictures, I'm gonna have fun. Like, y'all saw me, I was rapping the key the whole time. Like, I'm gonna enjoy myself and take good flicks. Like, that's just what it's gonna be. So I can do my job, look good, and enjoy myself. And I think that's something that like a lot of women are able to do, and we like.
We should do it more.
We should do it more.
Do it.
We
can do it.
We can do it.
Period.
And we be doing it. So
period. So it's like being in this position that I'm in. It's hard, and it's not gonna get easier. And I know that this is a man's world, unfortunately, in terms of this industry. But
this is my world. But y'all just living in it.
Yeah, like that's shit. Literally like, what it's becoming. Like this is really this is my world, and y'all are just living in it. And I'm really just trying to impact people and make people feel good, and like make sure that everything's going smooth. And so that's what it is.
I love that.
Right, I love that too. I was gonna ask, do you have any advice for creatives?
Advice for creatives. Shit's always gonna shit.
Shit do be shitting.
Shit's always finna shit. And Like honestly, like it's gonna be hard. Like I suffer. I feel like that sounded like one of those like commercials with like shit.
I suffer.
But I have bipolar disorder and I have like ADHD, so like I'd be taking meds every day. Shit, like I should be shitting for real. And so like it's gonna be like that. But if you're able to get pulled out of a place that's really fucked up and you got people around you to help you do that, bro, then really lean on them. Really lean on them, because it's really hard to find good people that you trust and that like really help you and like make you feel good. And if you have those people around you, lean on them. And if you don't, bro, try something new, be in a new space, and really like, bro, you might think of something like, oh, this might be, I don't know, like this ticket's 20 bills. That 20 bills could change your life, bro.
Yes.
Because it changed mine. Like 20 bills for a ticket to an event out here really changed my life. And like sometimes it takes spending your last to be able to get you to a really farther place. And that's exactly what I did. Spending my last to get far. So like shit's always going shit. It's just about what you're finna do with what you got. And to move forward. Give yourself that 5 minutes to feel however you're going to feel, whatever negative feeling that is, and then pick yourself up, dust it off, and keep it moving, because that's the only way you're finna get shit done.
Period.
I love that. I really do. I really love that.
That came out my ass. I'm not going to lie. But it's true. I fucking do that. I really do it. So, yeah.
It's a very good point, too, because, like, I be trying to think that way, too, because I be just spending and spending.
Right.
And I'm like, this is for a reason, and then like the money will come back, and
right.
if it can contribute to something bigger, then like that is the important part.
That's what I'm good for. You know?
And have a savings. That's another tip.
Yeah,
have a savings. Put 5 bills every time you get some money in your pocket. Bro, if you have cash, bro, like save whatever cash you have if you can, bro. Like there's like on Amazon they have indestructible piggy banks. That shit saved my life for the gallery.
Oh, I'm getting that.
Yeah, they have indestructible. Literally, I had to use
cash?
I had to use a hammer to open that. Okay. So that definitely helps. Like if you're not great at spending, like saving money as a creative, that's something that will save your life, because that saved my life for the gallery, because I had like I was saving that for like almost a year. Like I think it was over a year. I was saving money in that or whatever, and it was only like $400 or something like that. But that's $400 that I needed for the gallery,
and that you probably wouldn't have had if you.
And if I did not do that, I would not have had that money. So that shit will save your life. I promise you.
I'm copping the second we're done.
That's just only 15 bills.
Oh, word. Fuck it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. This was so amazing. You're amazing.
Literally. Please. Thank you for all the flowers. Like,
yeah. Here's your flowers.
I want to give you them so bad.
Right?
I'm like, fuck.
I love y'all.
You should have thought ahead, bro.
I love y'all.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The community, yeah, we're here for it.
Yeah.
We're
I fuck with
here
it.
For it.
Go fucking cop Black Joy Volume 2022, baby.
Yes, and I think the last thing I want to leave y'all with is tell people that you love them. Every time you leave a space, like tell people that or leave the presence of people that like you won't see for a couple days or whatever, or like you won't text to or talk to later. Like, bro, you don't gotta be in love with somebody to tell them that they love you love them, or even like another version of that, like be safe. Unfortunately, like I live in a community where like niggas get shot every day, and life is short for us, and our life expectancy is a lot shorter in inner city Boston. And it's like, yo, make sure you tell people you love them. Make sure you tell people to be safe, because that could be the last time they ever hear it. So, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Very true.
Very, very important. But thank you so much for making the time to come today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching Pink World.
Oh.
And tag your socials.
Oh, my socials. Okay. My personal Instagram is at a constant P. That sounds so crazy. And then my Instagram for my photography, my art overall, is at Seykia Shoots. So SEYKIA SHOOTS. Yeah.
Thank you.
And Seykia Shoots on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
And yeah.
Twitter.
I be on Twitter all the time.
Yeah,
I be on Twitter. Please find my Instagram before you find my Twitter, though.
Yeah.
Please.
Get to know her. Like, you gotta foreplay.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Foreplay. For real. Can't just dive into the Twitter, bro.
Yeah,
Come
Twitter's kind of crazy.
First, you're gonna be
good luck. Good luck.
For real.
You gonna know the real me.
Now we do. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
For
Thank
real.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Pink World.
Yes. And we will see you next week. Don't forget about us, because we'll see you next week. The fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Seykia. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Love ya.
Listen, hey, motherfucker microphone ripper. I with the mic be the ultimate killer. Ike with the mic, eat you pussies like candy. Flows be